Good morning from here. Good morning, lovers of freedom. Good morning to everyone. Sorry, there's a power bike that's passing by. Everyone that loves truth. Oh, power bike in car. Everyone that loves truth. Everyone that is deficient of history, but you love truth, you will love this particular video I'm going to be adding to this particular post. Now, what I am concerned about, like my brother, even though he is not an IPOB family member, but he's an IPOB, you know, by birth, a very nice guy, His name is MC Jellof. MC Jellof is very, very good, very intelligent guy. So he spoke out and talked about what the owners of Nigeria are after, why they will never support the breakup of Nigeria, and the need for us to come together and fight for our freedom. Because if we are waiting for them to set us free, for us to be on our own and have our freedom, it will never happen. Never ever. It will never ever happen. You know? And I like the fact that MC Jellof is always, you know, addressing the issue concerning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's kidnap. Because it is only those that have a clear conscience and a clear mind that will always pinpoint on that issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's kidnap. There are so many people that talk about every other thing in Nigeria, every other thing in Africa, but they fail to hit on the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. At least that is something that is just very fresh, and we should always talk about it. Because if you don't talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's kidnap and the way the British authority have kept quiet to the kidnapping of their own citizen. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a British citizen. British. So they ignore. Just imagine somebody with American passport, an American citizen, being kidnapped that way. So it shows you the impunity that is coming from the British government. It shows you the negligence to their own citizen because of their selfish interest. Now, recently, Boris Johnson, the immediate past Prime Minister, came to Nigeria and is attending a whatever colloquium or whatever they call it. And you ask yourself, are there no thing, is there nothing Boris Johnson should talk about? The evil going on in Nigeria, the killings, the kidnappings, the election violence in Nigeria. They are not interested. But what they are interested in is to maintain the tie between Britain and Nigeria. What has that tie between Britain and Nigeria benefited the common man? Because everything that happens in Britain, you know, they do it for their own citizen. For their citizen to be comfortable. There is good road, there is water, there is light, there is hospital, there is healthcare, everything for their citizen. And there is law, rule of law. You know, a citizen can sue anybody in the government as long as they are on their own rights. But it cannot happen in Nigeria. It has never happened in Nigeria. Do you understand? So this impunity is heartbreaking, it's heart-wrenching. And so how can we set ourselves free from this bondage? And now, even in the social media where we are supposed to be expressing ourselves, we can't even express ourselves freely anymore. It's not easy to talk about the things that are happening to us. You understand? So the little we can do now is to be aware. And this awareness we are creating is for us to know that we need to come together and break this yoke We need to come together and break this yoke, because if we don't break it by ourselves, these people that have put this yoke on us do not want that yoke to be taken off from our shoulders or from our neck. We will continue to remain a third world country. It will benefit them that way. It is good for them. It is good for Great Britain that Nigeria continues to remain a third world country. It pays them. It puts more money in their coffers. Do you understand? You know, this, if I am being slammed by this video right now, there's nothing else. How else can I talk? Whatever you say, they just want to silence you. They want to stop you. They control everything. But you know what? We can decide where our life will turn, because they don't own your life. Nobody owns your life. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu insists on standing for his people. Even though he's a British citizen, he was speaking for his people, for the freedom of his people. And he had the right to do it even while he was in Great Britain, because the law covers him. There's no way the British authority would allow any evil to happen to him in their own territory. But when he left there and went to African country, being controlled by this same Britain, the evil happened to him in Africa. Why must we allow ourselves to be used? Why? And now they are keeping quiet as if nothing happened. Election came in and there was killing and there was election malpractice, and there was evil going on, but they didn't say anything about it. They didn't care. There was blood everywhere. People were being maimed and killed, butchered because of election that will keep Nigeria as one to these world powers. It's okay as long as Nigeria remains one. To whose interest? To their own interest, not to your own interest. So if you understand this, anybody that does not side you on how to become free from this oppression, just count them as one of your enemies. And we'll join forces together and break this yoke. We must not kill any, nobody should die because we are doing this. But they don't care even if we die, but we must agree together. We must agree together. There are people that are benefiting from them that will not want us to come together. But the truth is that they are few. We are more than them. We are more than the so-called elites, political class. We are more than them. We outnumber them. And as long as we outnumber them and we are the ones receiving the brunt of all the evil, then why not we come together, throw away our differences, throw away whatever it is that they are using to divide us, and let us go against this evil that has bedeviled us all these years. All these years. Enough is enough. We need to stop it. We need to stop it. Yes, we need to stop it. That's what I came out to speak. And as I will join this video of MC Jellof, please, the credit goes to MC Jellof. And MC Jellof, you will see, I will try and put his link on the description so that you can go and follow him. You can go and listen to MC Jellof. MC Jellof is doing very, very well. You know, speaking the truth. You understand? That is it. I know it's not everything I agree that he agrees. It's not everything he agrees that I agree. But the agreement that Nigeria is not working for us, that Nigeria is a company that Britain want to maintain, at least that one we agree. And that is our major problem. That one is our number one problem. So forget about the differences of he's not IPOB, he's not calling Biafra name. Forget about that for now. Let us understand our history. Those that don't know our history, those that don't know where it all started, at least you will listen to this now and know where it all started and where it is heading. Because if you don't know where your problem started and where you are heading, there is no way you will be free. You need to know your history. Because the only history you know, according to MC Jellof, is Mango Park and Mary Slessor. The killing of twins and the discovering of River Niger. Is that history? Is that who you are? Is that how you were created? Is that how you were born? Is that how they invaded you? Is that how they oppressed you? You don't know your history. You need to know it. Look at Shehu the other day talking with Showore. And so when I was talking about how Obasanjo and the rest of them, you know, were responsible for what happened to Biafra. And Shehu was trying to avoid it. Watch this video, share it, let it go viral. I love you. My name remains Rafael Chamaka Jere, aka Pastor Vam Vam Vam. Watch this video and share. Thank you, MC Jellof. I give you the credit for this. Thank you. Please watch.
You see, I have been wondering, why is it that the world powers are keeping quiet with all the atrocities that are going on in Nigeria? I am sure you must have wondered too.
Yes.
For instance, the shooting at Lekki should have been a crime against humanity. We have seen a UK citizen who is in continuous detention in Nigeria, despite being granted bail by a court of competent jurisdiction, and there is no form of UK diplomatic intervention.
So what happened?
We have seen the continuous criminalization and bastardization of the electoral system in Nigeria.
Hell.
I can go on and on and on. And I am not somebody that allows things to slide easily. I always find answers to my confusion.
Continue.
And I discovered to my dismay that the people I was hoping on to intervene are the biggest beneficiaries of Nigeria's current situation.
Why you going to talk like that?
You know that Nigeria was not structured initially to be a country.
What?
It was a British company, the United Niger Company, which later metamorphosed to Unilever, which is still operating as of today.
Jay.
So Nigeria is like a raw material hub for the slave masters.
Yeah!
Nigeria is like a company with 36 branches and headquarters in Abuja. So as long as the country remains in confusion, as long as we cannot get the leadership structure of the country right, the business of the slave masters will continue to flourish.
You get it?
As long as we remain in perpetual darkness, we continue to import what we produce.
Our people
say that when two brothers fight to death, a stranger will inherit their father's properties. This is exactly the same idea being implemented by the slave masters. Keep them in confusion and let's continue with the exploitation.
Jesus Christ.
If you think these people mean well for you, ask yourself, all the stolen funds by our leaders, where are these monies kept?
US dollar.
They accept these monies knowing that they are stolen monies, put it in their own economies, develop their own countries. Tomorrow our leaders will still run back to them asking for loans. They will give us back our money. And at the end of the day, we are owing the people that should be owing us.
That is not corruption.
One of the biggest problems of Nigeria is bad parenting. The Bible says train up a child in the way he should go. Nigeria was not well trained and structured from the beginning because the Nigerian parents were not good parents.
Yeah, maybe one.
This politics of hate, this do-or-die politics of ethnic profiling that we are practicing today was instituted by the colonial masters.
Really?
They adopted a workable leadership plan for their own country and sold to us a counterfeit democracy.
God will see.
I'm not saying you should quote me. Go and do your research. No wonder they don't teach us history in school. The only history they teach us is in 19 Burukebu, Mongo Park discovered River Niger. Mary Celeste stopped the killing of twins. They don't teach us where we started from and how we got here. No wonder our people say that until the animals have their own historians, the story of the hunt will always glorify the hunter.
We must learn a lesson.
Check what happened in 1944 when some well-meaning Nigerians like Herbert Macaulay and Nnamdi Azikiwe came together and formed the National Congress of Nigerian Citizens, NCNC, with a nationalist agenda of uniting the country and reducing colonial influence. The slave masters now, they were threatened that their colonial interest and their business interest in Nigeria will reduce. Check how they brought back the divide and rule tactics they came with at the beginning. How they mobilized some people in the north and formed the Northern People's Congress, NPC. How they went to the south and the Oduduwa Congress then was found. How NCNC was now domiciled in the east.
You don't know.
After this tactical division, the same way we have obedient movement now, championed by Peter Obi, was the same way they had the Zikist movement then, championed by Nnamdi Azikiwe. Check how they managed to convince Nnamdi Azikiwe to disown the Zikist movement.
For what? Why?
Now check how the 1960 elections was manipulated to favor the MPC.
God have mercy
Then you will
upon
understand
us.
where this culture of rigging and so on started from.
There's no two ways about it.
So we have lost yesterday, we have lost today, and there is every chance that we may lose tomorrow, but God forbid.
Holy Ghost.
But to avoid losing tomorrow, we must come together. It is difficult. I don't know how we are going to do it, but we must agree to come together. All the political allies must go and re-educate and resensitize their people. This politics of domination must be replaced by politics of cooperation. This politics of ethnic and regional interests must be replaced by politics of national interest. This politics of nepotism must be replaced by politics of competence and character. But if we cannot do it, then this country, let us all of us go and start afresh.
There's no two ways about it.